It's Karen at Rude, and this is part 2 of my Ellin Ambe, I think that's how you pronounce your name, Ellin. Ellin Ambe Refashion. I had no idea who Ellin Ambe is, so I went on to Google and Googled, and there's not a lot of information, but it would seem that, as I gathered, this dress is very good quality and was made beautifully. Ellin Ambe has, I think, a shop front in South Yarra, and there are a small number of people that work in this business. So this is an Australian made dress, and or top, whatever it was sort of short, so I don't know if it was mini dress or long top. However, I spotted it in an op shop down on the Bass Coast, and I just immediately knew that I could do something with it. I did check in the seams, and it is pure wool, which is great. It has a bit of an elastic feel to it, so I'm not sure. I suppose you can buy wool that's sort of got some elasticine in it. Not sure, but they say this is 100% wool, and there's a stretch to it. You can't see it here, but there's it definitely, I thought originally was crimpolene, but it's not crimpolene. So it's been a pleasure to be working on it. Now what I have done is I have taken off this collar here. I've just put this here so you can see the tag, and cut it quite low. I prefer my shift dresses to be quite low down and on the chest, and I haven't yet taken off the belt loops, but I will, because I do want a shift dress without the belt. And as you can see, I've added in, I'll just step back, I've added in this panel here, and I was undecided what sort of material to use, but because the original dress is wool, I've added in this stretch wool too, and this actually is wool, but it stretches. So I had this in my fabric stash. I tested it with a match, and it's wool. So I've used the wrong side of this. The right side is a lot more fluffier, mohairy, and I like the wrong side. So it's got the colours, it's reflecting the colours of the original dress. So where am I at? Well, I think why this garment was discarded by the owner, or one of the reasons anyway, is that it had stretched and had pulled off grain. So you can see it there, it's actually pulling and coming around, and this side's sitting sort of better. So the garment has stretch, but I'm not too worried about that. Traditional seamstress wouldn't like it, but I'm not traditional, I'm just remaking, refashioning. So what this is doing is quite nice. I like it. It's bringing this panel down and off to the side, and I quite like the symmetry of that effect. So there you go, that's what I did yesterday. I spent my time putting in this panel and making sure that the neck was sitting right. The other thing I did was I had to alter the shoulders, so the shoulders were sort of sticking up, and I've had to bring in the shoulders, wedge the shoulders in. I had to cut a bit, no I can't remember if I did, I think just wedging those shoulders in, taking some out of the shoulders, fixed up this to sit quite nice. And at the back here you can see again it's skewing, the fabric is skewing off down this way, but again I don't mind that at all. It's just how it has to be. And so there you go. So what I'm up to now is I have to, or I want to, I don't have to, I could leave it like this, but I want to embellish around here and around the armholes and certainly around the hem with something. And I'm toying with the idea of using this sort of musky pink nylon yarn. It stretches, so it's that colour, and that's not a bad match either, and that will stand out the pink on the rust colour and match in nicely here, because there is sort of some pink toning in this fabric here. The other thing I could do is I have this in rust, and I could just use rust as well, or I could use both. So I'm yet undecided. I have the flurry, the black flurry fringy type yarn that I've used on other projects. However, and that would probably look good on here. However, I'm wanting to get away from that and do something a bit different. So we'll see what happens, but I'll bring you back later with where I'm at, and perhaps I'll be putting some patch pockets on. That's another thought. Thanks for watching.